Hi everyone, and welcome to your next fact of the day. Woo! Okay, so as usual, the first question, can you see where we are? Go for it. Have you said here? Well done. We are right there. Now we have to go a very, very long way around the world today. Almost exactly half. And we're going right to the opposite side. So we have to go, we're not going to go across the Atlantic Ocean. We're going to head this way. We're going to head past the big deserts, the Sahara and the Arabian, and we're going to keep heading down until we get to this ocean. What is this ocean called? Can you take a guess? Well, the clue is if you know what this country is. This big pointy country, just below the Himalayas here. If you know that that is India, that will give you a clue because this is the Indian Ocean. A lovely warm, the warmest ocean, the Indian Ocean. So let's keep going and we'll come to a very big country, which is called Australia. Australia. And just to give you an idea how big it is, I've got a cool picture here. Let me just get this up for you. It is wider than the moon. Wider than the moon. The moon here, they've made it see-through on this picture just so you can see Australia underneath. But it is wider than the moon, which is crazy. So anyway, back to the map. Next thing, what do you notice about the colour of Australia? I mean, if you look just up a little bit, you can see the difference with these countries here. It's pretty red looking, very red looking. What do you think that could be? It is a very, very, very large desert. I mean, as we've just seen, it's as wide as the moon. So a very, very large desert, also known as the outback, the Australian outback. Not many people living here. Very hot, can't really grow anything. There are some towns in here, but there's not many people living here at all. You will find the big cities along the coastlines here. Most people in Australia live around the coastline. There's another big city over here called Perth. Sort of Sydney and Melbourne are down here. But yeah, not many people living in the outback. So, what are we doing here? Well, in the middle, right in the middle, almost exactly in the middle, is a very, very famous rock. Very, very famous. Do you know what it's called? It's actually got two names. It's called Ayers Rock or Uluru. And we're just going to zoom in right now because the computer will do it a lot quicker than me. Meow. In we go. And there we have it. You'll see there's a nice picture of it there. Uluru. Very, very famous. Let me just change the angle slightly. So you can get an idea here. Let me just zoom up here so you can see the horizon. I'll go down a bit. Have a look around. Let's have a look around. There's rock. Desert. Let's keep going around. More desert. Let's keep going around. More desert. More desert. As far as you can see, just nothing but desert. You definitely don't want to get lost out here. That's for sure. How are you going to find your way anywhere? That's so much desert. In fact, if we go back, let's just use this bit right here. If you wanted to fly from here over to here, which is Perth to Sydney, two cities, which I've actually done to fly across here, it took on a plane about 4 hours. And every time I looked out the window, I just saw red desert every single time for 4 hours. It was mind blowing. I couldn't believe it. It's so big. But anyway, Ayers Rock. Let's learn a bit more about that. Or Uluru. Like I said, it's one of the most famous rocks in the world. Millions and millions of people go to visit it. It's not particularly tall. It's not actually even as tall as Benbraggie, but it is obviously far, far more famous. It's a very sacred and holy place for what's called the Anangu tribe, and that's an Aboriginal tribe in Australia, and they've been in the area for about 10,000 years. So they've been there a long time. So they kind of own the land and the rock, and that is a very holy place for them, that rock. Very, very special. So when people were visiting until recently, a lot of people were actually climbing this rock, but it was really disrespectful to this local tribe because this was a really sacred place, a very special place to them. So it was very disrespectful to climb it. But thousands and thousands, probably millions over the years, have actually climbed it. But last year, the Australian government decided to actually ban it. So you are no longer allowed to climb Uluru. Let's have a few pictures of it here. I'll go along. Oh, that's a shot of the outback, the large desert. And there's one of Uluru in, I imagine, the sunset or the sunrise. I'm not sure which, but it almost goes like this red colour in the morning and evening. Very, very beautiful mountain. I think that's one of the reasons why it's so famous. And there's another one there. So it's just this big monolith, like this big stone all by itself that just rises out of the ground. So it's a very, very beautiful place. And that's about it. Like I said, it's very remote out there. In fact, if you were to go out there and visit, the nearest town is about 270 miles away. So it is very, very, very remote. And actually, if we just zoom out of there, you'll see just how remote it is, right in the middle of the outback. And that ends our fact of the day. So it could be which country will you find Uluru or Ayers Rock? And that would be Australia. I hope you enjoyed that one. And I will see you tomorrow. See you later. Oh, if it'll anytime soon. There we go. Right, we'll see you soon.